Imagine for a second that you've just finished a marathon. You're exhausted, you've crossed the finish line, but instead of a medal, someone hands you a map and says, okay, now you have to manage the next 40 years of your life without a paycheck. That is exactly how retirement feels for a lot of people. You've done the hard work of building the pot, but now you face the ultimate puzzle. How do you turn that savings into a paycheck that actually lasts as long as you do? Today, we're talking about the retirement crossroads. We're going to look at the massive comeback of annuities, the salary for life, and compare it to the flexibility of staying invested. Whether you crave the ironclad security of a guarantee or the freedom of staying in the market, this choice will define the next 30 years of your life. Let's head to the video session and solve the retirement income puzzle.
All right, let's talk about one of the biggest financial questions you're ever going to face. How do you take that pension pot you've spent your entire life building up and turn it into an income that actually lasts for the rest of your life? The choices you're about to make are going to define your future, so let's get right into it. You know, you've done all the hard work. You've dutifully put the money aside for years and years, but now comes the really crucial decision. And this isn't just about spreadsheets and numbers. This is about your peace of mind. It's about the quality of your life for the next 20, 30, maybe even 40 years. And when you ask people what they want most, the answer is pretty clear. For almost half of UK adults, 43% to be exact, the number one priority is certainty. They just want to know, without any shadow of a doubt, that the money is going to be there every single month.
So that brings us to what we call the retirement income puzzle. In a world where markets are constantly going up and down, how do you solve for that? How do you create a steady, reliable income you can count on?
This quote really hits the nail on the head. For years, annuities were kind of overlooked, but now they are absolutely making a comeback. Why? Because in today's unpredictable world, people are craving that stability, and it's leading them right back to this very traditional solution.
So when you get to this stage, you're basically standing at a retirement crossroads, and you've got two main paths to choose from. You can either lock in a guaranteed income with an annuity, or you can stay invested and flexibly draw down your money as you need it.
Okay, let's break that down with a simple analogy. Think of an annuity like this. You're essentially buying yourself a salary for the rest of your life. You hand over your pension pot, and in return, an insurance company promises to pay you a set amount of money on a regular basis for as long as you live. Drawdown, on the other hand, is more like you're managing your own investment fund. You leave your money in the market and just pay yourself from it. Now that means it could grow, but it could also shrink.
And this is the core trade-off, isn't it, with an annuity? You get absolute, rock-solid security, a guaranteed income, no matter what the stock market is doing. But it's a decision you can't undo. With Drawdown, you get all the flexibility, the potential for your money to grow, and you can pass on whatever's left. But you're taking on all the risk. Your pot could shrink, and you could even outlive your savings.
But here's something that's kind of shocking. Despite that clear benefit of a guarantee, there seems to be a huge knowledge gap. Get this. Only 1 in 10 baby boomers, the generation that's either in or right on the doorstep of retirement, have even considered buying a lifetime annuity. That tells me a lot of people might not even know about all their options. So, because that idea of certainty is so important to so many of us, let's zoom in on annuities. It's so vital to understand exactly how they work and, more importantly, how you can actually tailor them to fit you and your life.
You've basically got two main flavors. The first is the lifetime annuity. This is the classic model, a guaranteed income for life. Simple as that. It's a one-and-done decision. Then there's a fixed-term annuity, which gives you a bit more flexibility. It pays out for a set number of years, maybe 5 or 10, and then you get a lump sum back to decide what you want to do with next.
You know, at its heart, the promise of an annuity isn't just about the money. It's about the feeling of security. It's knowing that no matter what happens, your essential bills are covered. And that lets you actually relax and enjoy the retirement you work so hard for.
Now, a lot of people think that annuities are a one-size-fits-all deal, but that's just not true. You can actually customize them in some really important ways to make sure they fit your personal situation perfectly.
Okay, this is probably the biggest, most important question people ask. What happens to the money when I'm gone? Does it just vanish? Well, this is where a really crucial choice comes into play.
You get to choose between a single life or a joint life annuity. A single life one will pay you a higher income, but the payments stop when you pass away. A joint life annuity provides a slightly lower income, but
And this is a big but. It continues to pay out to your partner after you're gone, making sure they're financially secure. So it's a direct trade-off, a little less for you now, for more protection for them later.
All right, the next big thing to think about is the silent killer of retirement income: inflation. A fixed income might seem great today, but what's its real buying power going to be in 20 or 30 years? Well, this is another area where you get a choice. Just look at how inflation can eat away at your money. Even at a pretty modest 2% a year, a $10,000 income today would only have the buying power of about £5,500 in 30 years. To fight this, you can choose an escalating annuity. It starts a bit lower, but it increases each year to help you keep up with the rising cost of living.
Now, here is something so many people miss, and it is absolutely crucial. With most insurance, right, having health issues means you pay more. With annuities, it's the complete opposite. If you have certain medical conditions or lifestyle factors, you could qualify for what's called an enhanced annuity, which means a higher guaranteed income for life. And providers look at a whole range of things, from smoking and diabetes to high blood pressure, even high cholesterol. It is so important to be completely open about your health and your lifestyle when you're getting a quote, because it could seriously boost your income. And are we talking about a big difference? Oh yeah. For example, some rates show that a history of multiple heart attacks could boost your annuity income by an extra 19%. That is a massive difference over the course of your retirement. So after all that, we come right back to this fundamental choice. Are you looking for that ironclad security of a guaranteed income, or do you prefer the growth potential and the flexibility that comes with staying invested? To help you figure out what's right for you, here are the key questions you really need to be asking yourself. Do you need to provide for a partner? How important is it that your income keeps pace with inflation? Have you been totally honest about your health? And critically, have you shopped around for the best deal?
And that last point, I can't overstate this. You do not have to take the annuity that your current pension provider offers you. By taking the time to shop around, you could increase your retirement income by as much as 20%. It is the single most important thing you can do to get a better deal.
Look, this is genuinely one of the most significant financial decisions you will ever make. It's going to define your income and your security for the rest of your life. So taking the time to really understand your options and make a considered choice is absolutely essential.
And that's really what it all boils down to. When you picture your future, what matters more to you? The deep comfort that comes from a guarantee, or the total freedom that comes with flexibility? There's no wrong answer, but the right one is different for everyone.
But remember what we said, the most powerful tool you have is awareness. Most people fail in retirement not because they didn't have enough money, but because they didn't have a plan that was tough enough to handle the reality of the road ahead. The question I want to leave you with is the same one from the session. Is your current map actually ready for a 30 or 40 year voyage? Have you accounted for the silent drain of inflation or the lightning strike of care costs? If you're looking at your plan and realising there are some holes in the map, let's fix them. You don't have to navigate this alone. Subscribe to keep building your resilience with me. And if you want a professional eye to look at your specific map, reach out via the links below. Stay aware, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video.